Hello and welcome to episode whatever of my little podcast. I skipped last week because I can't say I forgot it was Sunday, but I was complaining about it being Sunday and not feeling like working Monday. And somehow the day just disappeared on me without me realizing there's something you usually do on Sundays. And I did get dressed up and I took photos of my new FO, which we'll talk about in just a sec. But yeah. Don't know. Apologies for that. Anyway, it is Sunday. I'm back. I hope you had a great week. We're going into our busy season. I say busy season as if we're not busy all year, but the one season that everyone talks about at work. And that means a lot of meetings. And I can't be the only one who hates online meetings and online courses and online everything. Well, we're doing virtual gin tasting on Thursday. Don't hate that. Really excited about that. And I did book off Friday. Or book Friday off. Mostly because I have more than enough hours for it. Of overtime. And also because we do have Friday drinks at work, or have started doing them every 2 weeks, and I have maybe one large whatever beverage of the day. Last time it was gin and ginger beer, a weak ginger beer I should say, and the time before that it was a dark and stormy, and I don't know, maybe you can see a theme here. But yeah, I usually have, I was contemplating a nap, but I thought okay, I'll take advantage of the weather being nice out and talk to you first and then nap afterwards, just Anyway, so I might get 2 drinks in on a Friday if it's really going well. So I'm not used to drinking a whole lot at the moment, and the idea of having a virtual gin tasting and then having to get up and work the next morning wasn't appealing to me. And also, who doesn't love a day off? I mean, knowing everyone else is at work and you're not. If it's on a Monday, it's even better. So yeah, looking forward to that. Anyway, I promised you we'd talk about this, and this is the Fee blouse. I think it's just called Fee. And of course, when I saw it, I had to knit it, not only because it has my name, but also because I had yarn for it, and it has a vintage feel, and we know how I like vintagey feeling things, that especially if it's not actual vintage, because vintage and plus size don't really go together. But it's this really nice, very simple textured blouse, and I'll just get up. This here, right here, is created by just the way the fabric lands. It is a silk merino, and it is a crop size, and I really enjoy it. It's a nice light layer for spring, which is the season we're having, so that's good. And it has this texture to it that you don't really notice other than it being there. I used 200 grams well, no, I used 4 50-gram skeins of Design Club Duo Silk Merino. This is all I have left of those 4 skeins. Mind you, this on the scale is 203 grams, and this is probably a couple of grams. So they were slightly overweight, which is a good thing because it means I actually finished without having to modify anything. The pattern has a detachable collar, or it's not attached at all. It's just a collar you can put on, which is tied on. And I do plan to make it. Should have taken that nap first. Sorry. I did have plans to make it, but I just haven't. And to be honest, I kind of like it like this. I'm not sure it needs a collar. The collar is, of course, like all knitting, optional. It might make it later. The pattern was published by Phil Colonna, so it's one of their 3 patterns. I think they only have 3 patterns, and you can find it online on their website. And there are some really nice spring items. I've been looking at, I think it's the Bessie Blues, which is this lacy mohair piece, which looks nice, could be a nice layering piece, but I haven't. It's not something I looked at and thought I have to cast that on right away. But yeah, finished object. 200 grams out of the stash. And it is old stash. Don't remember when I bought it. After moving here, but it's been years. It was bought for something completely different. No. Disappeared again. My other knitting, so I also have this, which is the Velvet Pink Velvet by Andrea Maury, which is very much not pink. The yarn I'm using is this Sadness Alpaca Silk, and I'm using this charcoal grey as well as a gold color. The original is the same color on 2 different, or colorway on 2 different yarns. I've opted for the same yarn or yarn base, and 2 different colors because that's what I had. And I was probably around here-ish the last time you saw it. So now I have a partial body. As you can see, I've separated for the sleeves and the body, and I'm knitting away. I have my little row counters here. Each one represents 10 rows, so that's like 10, 20, 30. I think it's 39 rows. I'm not aiming for a certain amount of rows, it's just to see progress, because it is knit on 3mm needles, I'm pretty sure. No, 3.5. Oh, feels like a lot smaller needles. So, and it's charcoal grey, so you can really get lost in actually feeling like you're doing anything. I stopped here because I ran out of yarn in the skein I was using, and I'm actually contemplating several things. I'll talk you through it. I have 3 skeins of this left, and I'm thinking I want to do short-ish, 3/4 length-ish sleeves, but I'm thinking of just knitting down and then doing a cuff, so it's a little oversized or puffed on the lower arm, or around the cuff, and then which shouldn't take more than a skein, but you know, you could figure it out. I don't care to do the math. I'm thinking of just knitting it, and then I'm thinking of knitting the body, which is supposed to be cropped, but it's alpaca, so I'm thinking might as well be, or alpaca silk, so I'm thinking might as well be full length. So what I'm thinking about doing is then knitting until I have maybe a skein left. Then keeping in mind that I think most of this is actually one skein. So I'm thinking of maybe doing like this bottom part here. So like this zigzag and the stripes, and then the zigzag at the bottom. Maybe add a little triangle like here, up here. And I'm thinking of maybe doing that, or actually just doing this on both ends. For like the bottom part of the top or the body before the ribbing, because I have what should be enough yarn of the gold yarn left over to do that, and it will give a little extra interest to the body other than just being plain. And if I wanted to just be plain, I can tuck it in, so I can still use it as a cropped top. I don't think I want to do it on the sleeves. I think I just want the sleeves to fall nicely. So yeah, I'm contemplating doing that, because doing the sleeves first will make it easier to decide when I'll have a skein left, well, a skein, or when I have the length I want, before adding the little lace motif. Something to contemplate. I would have to sketch this out, because if I just do it by the pattern, I'm sure to forget somewhere that I have to do something, even if it is a very easy and repeatable step. I mean, we shall see. It'll be interesting. So yeah, working on this and just plucking away at it. And then I showed you the yarn I had purchased along with my book, the Penilla by Filcolena. This in this sea foamy green and the grey. And I just tried this on because I needed to change skeins for the sea foamy green. But this is the Spot Sweater by Anna Wenzel. And I was just trying it on to determine whether I needed to do extra repeats. It's by no means done, but or ready to be separated, but I was at a good place, so it was easy to just pop in an extra needle and only have to make sure where I had the one attached skein. And I think I'm good for now. This is supposed to be knit on 4.5mm needles, and the background colour, so the seafoamy green, is supposed to have mohair in it, or along with it. Oh, sorry. And then I'll do it again. It's supposed to have a mohair thread following it. But I'm really enjoying this, knitting it without the mohair. It is a high neck, or high-ish neck, and it is color wax, so hopefully it'll relax a bit, because right now it's tensioned. But you know, a good wash and it should relax a bit. This is such an elegant look. I'll try to be careful to not rip anything out. It doesn't have the tension of the rest of the body on it, so it likes to ride up a bit. But yeah, this is approximately what it'll look like. It'll be a lot more fitted than the actual pattern. And also I'm bringing the sleeves up a bit because they look like batwing sleeves, and when you have a chest doll area like this, just makes it look bigger. So yeah, also it doesn't help that it's knit upon knit, and I have some attached yarn there, but I think it'll work well. Of course, if I had gone with the amount of ease that the pattern told me to do, this area would be wider. So yeah, I'll just add a small colour like here to go with it. It'll relax in the bath, but you know, it's nice to get an idea of whether it's really loose at this point or really scrunched up inside. But it'll be fitted and still needs some repeats. A fair amount of repeats actually, because I think I need another 12. So that's another 24-ish rows. And each of these little triangles here is 6. So it looks like another 4 of these, which will still give it a sort of batwing feel, I think, maybe, but not to the extent that the actual pattern has. I'm really enjoying knitting on this because it's just the same over and over. Every other row you just add extra stitches, and yeah, this is the inside. So fairly nice and even, not tight, which will help it relax when it's washed. I did do a miscalculation when ordering yarn, because I thought the amounts of yarn were vanilla for both the bottom and the contrasting colour, but it's actually only vanilla for the contrasting colour. So just ordered the number of grams that it said. but for the background colour, it's actually Aveta, held with the silk mohair, Tilia. So I didn't buy enough of this, but I bought yarn for the next size up, and I'm not doing full length sleeves, so should be enough. Otherwise I'll have to hunt for the same lot number, which, to be fair, Yarn Freak might still have. So those are my two whips, and I'm enjoying working on them because this has a little bit of interest. The other one goes well for listening to someone drone on in a monotone voice about tax assessments, which, to be fair, is my job, but it can be more jazzy than what I've had to listen to. But I've also gotten behind my sewing machine. The story behind this fabric is that I bought it several years ago to make shorts. It's a denim, there's a bit of stretch to it, and it has flamingos. But I just haven't found the right shorts to actually make it into. I'm hoping I have now, because they are now being made into shorts. And actually these shorts are also a test to see if maybe I want to do the full length trousers. So this pattern is Megan Nielsen. It is her Flint trousers. Yeah, Flint. And what I've pinned in here is the pocket bag, so I've already sewn the lining and understitched it to side. So what it'll look like is roughly this. So you'll have a nice pocket here. Very nice one. It is a high-waisted short. It'll have a band around, so actually it's probably, oh, this is the outside. It'll probably be around the same as these, which is a nice height, I think. Works for me. Works for all the garments I have. So I need to sew the pocket bag, and then sew this, and of course sew the two front pieces and the two back pieces together, and then the middle seam. Yeah, this is nice because you can just do a bit at a time, and I made this 6 centimeters longer than the pattern, and I'm going to see if I need the extra length or if I'm just going to use it for a really wide cuff or whatever, something like that. But yeah, it's something I can easily go to and from whenever I need to. And that is everything. Not a whole lot to talk about this week. It's just the same. Well, maybe not. There are new projects, but you know, nothing overly exciting is happening in lockdown. It's just the way it is. So I am going to take that nap, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully with a pair of shorts that it's far too cold to wear. Bye.